Hi, welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. My name is Dave Juskow. I'm here with, of course, Mike Suarez as we bring you this. What?
Hello.
Oh, I thought you were like, Dave, you're not on. Um, I never expect you to like start at the beginning, so that's I got confused. But it's so great to be back. And Mike, thank you for running the show with Alon last week while I went to my fun funeral, which again, do not feel bad for me. I love funerals. I absolutely do. And I'm 100% at it. I just never had a bad time at one. It's just always a good time. I don't know why. I guess it's just nice to see everybody. Hi, Angela. Jessica Dan, and you say, hi, Liz, Anonymous, and Aunt Judy. Nice to see you. Hello, Marilyn. Nice to see you too. Did you see? I don't know whether you saw the bonus show. I got a pic. Oh, damn it! I should have bought that. I got a picture of me and Marilyn's cat. It's the cutest cat. I went there last Thursday. I saw Aunt Judy too. I got a picture of the two of us. I wasn't thinking ahead. It's on the bonus show if you are a Patreon subscriber for Juskow in the City, and if you are um, listening to Juskow in the City, then you found out the origin of Juskadan, which was taken from this big fat piece of shit named Micah Dan, who is just such an asshole. And you have to see it. I got to show you this picture. Damn it. I really messed up because I guess I got this picture of this guy who I took the Juskadan from, which, as you know, is Juskow all day, all night, which is like, a joke that I'm in this character where I'm like, I'm ready to party and I'm doing it, but I'm taking it from this kid who made it up, who is the least amount of party guy, but that's what he called himself, and that is the gag. Anyway, I just want to say I did miss everybody last week, but it was a good thing I took off because, like, I thought about maybe doing it in the car or something, but I was all in on this funeral. This is like my, my best friend's mom from growing up. I was the best man at his wedding and all that kind of stuff. So then on Saturday, I went to another memorial for this woman that used to run the Improv here in New York, who I didn't care for very much, but I do like her daughter a lot. And then, so I guess that's the way it's going to be from the older I get, the more memorials I get to, which is great for somebody like to weddings and bar mitzvahs and things like that. Again, always a good time. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't seem to matter. Anyway, this is the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show, which we bring to you once a week on Tuesdays, as there is a companion for the Live from the Table, Live from America, to promote the Comedy Cellar and promote comedy, of course. If you were at the Comedy Cellar tonight, which is on McDougal Street and McDougal and 3rd in the West Village of New York City. It's a great club. Mike and I perform there. You'd be able to see Mateo Lane and our friend Lenny Marcus, both of our friends. Mateo Lane's so great. And I do take, I did kind of discover him. And we also have a club in Las Vegas, which I've never been to. I need to go with our friend Mark Cohen. And also tonight, John Joseph will be there. He's been on this show before. About a year ago. He's pretty good. So that's all our stuff. Wait, what? You went to the Barry Manilow concert, Anonymous? Oh, yeah, I went to that one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Damn it. I want to pretend like it's not, but it was. Well, anyway, let me bring in our guest today. It's one of our favorite guests. It might be our favorite guest. So let me bring her in. It's Molly Heckerling, everybody. She's back.
Favorite guest.
Yes. You really do look terrific. You look good in black. Your hair looks perfect. You would never know you just had an incident with your kids.
They're both alive, but unfortunately. But thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. This doesn't all just happen. This bare minimum doesn't just come together by magic.
I don't know. It's funny. Molly and I finally met in person, which is so weird because I feel like I can't believe that was the first time we ever met in person. And you looked exactly the same. So I don't know. Aww. Well, maybe you put I don't know what you did. So you knew you were going to see me, but
I like to catfish in real time. So, lots of levers and pulleys and things to hold it all together.
Well, it was really fun. I got to meet your daughter and she was really sweet. It's funny, today, and this has nothing to do with, this is just a major coincidence. When I say major, it's not, major coincidence, but before I go to work, I sometimes watch a movie, like I'll DVR a movie that I want to see in pieces for like 20 minutes. So I wake up like a half hour early just to watch television, as they relax, have some water, and hydrate a little, and then shower and get ready to go. So this
it's
morning,
morning exercise routine.
that's my exercise routine. Yes, just sitting by the TV, but hydrating, hydrating. And this morning I was watching I Could Never Be Your Woman. Complete coincidence. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that one in a while. Let me put it on the list. And I was watching, the Saoirse Ronan part and stuff, and I was thinking of you. Then I realized, oh, you know what? Molly's going to be on the show today. This is so weird because her character reminds me of your daughter. After meeting her a little bit.
Yeah, she's
very bright.
Saoirse Ronan looks a lot more like my kid than she looks like me. So it's funny that she was playing me in that movie, because it's like, for Saoirse Ronan, that's really slumming it, character-wise.
I don't know. She's good in that movie, and I just got to the part today where they were making where you're making the calls to Henry Winkler.
Oh, that part was true. It was actually me and Barbara, my babysitter, who was, sparring with Gilbert Gottfried on Howard Stern.
Oh, that's the one. Wait, that's who you did it with?
Yeah, she and I were going through I also did it with my friend Erin Margolis, who lived across the street. We had a time making crank calls. So that was just.
So who would you make I know it was out of your mother's address book. At the time when you could go through somebody's book.
So many people. It was really
give
bad.
us another example besides Henry Winkler's in the movie, but you didn't actually call him. Like, give us like 2 examples of who you called and pranked.
I don't even remember. I think we might have called like Tom Cruise and asked him if he we called Arnold Schwarzenegger and asked him if he was still running or something. We just made like a bunch of dumb, stupid calls. No, who was in The Running Man? That
was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. You got that right.
I knew it. We did we called a lot of stupid people. Not stupid people. We made a lot of stupid calls to a lot of people, and I got into a lot of trouble. So not my proudest moment either, I guess. This was before the days of caller ID, so I guess it wasn't so bad.
Right. And
it didn't all immediately blow back on Amy Heckerling industry-wise.
Well, that's why it's funny in the movie where Henry Winkler corrects you. He's like, you're not doing it right. It's E.
We might have called Henry Winkler. I was a big Happy Days fan because of Nick at Night. So we really just like any name we recognized in the address book was getting
I was
dialed.
A big Happy Days fan when it was first on.
Yeah, you know me, I'm a lame throwback. So it's like, the 11-year-old that's wearing the Rhoda Morgenstern scarves.
Last night, I know you understand, I saw the trailer, Mike, I don't know if you know about this, for Woody Allen's new movie that's supposed to be.
There's a new one?
It's supposed to be unbelievable, and it's all in French. And
okay.
There's no subtitles yet. They're putting them in, and he directed a movie in France, all French actors, because everybody's kind of a dick. And it's supposed to be great.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So it's coming out September.
Opens up with
like
Marie
24th.
Chevalier singing "Thank Heaven for Little Girls."
No, it will not be that. I was just singing that the other day. I was watching it. That's what it was. I was watching a Gigi, and that is one creepy song. I'll tell you what was I talking about that was so creepy? Oh, right. We were doing the Billy Joel podcast yesterday. Oh, right. Because we are doing, we finally got to We Didn't Start the Fire. So I think I told you, me and my friend Alon do a Billy Joel podcast. We go in alphabetical order. So we finally got to We Didn't Start the Fire. It hasn't come out yet. And we're talking about Johnny Ray, which is one of the guys in the song. And we didn't know who he was. So I looked him up online. And apparently this guy, for 1 year in like 1949 or 1951 was amazing. And it was all downhill. So there's a clip. And actually, Mike could probably get it. It's
a 1949 flash in the pan type, like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. So in 1977, he's on the Merv Griffin show, and it's one of the creepiest things I've ever seen in my life. Like, seriously, we should all take a moment to really say what's creepy, because this should be the catalyst. It's so fucked up. Mike, if you can get this.
What's his name again?
Johnny Ray. And
you can call him Ray. You can call him Johnny.
No, that guy was a genius. How dare you mock him? What's his name? AJ. Damn it, I can't remember. AJ.
Ray J. Ray J.
What was it?
Ray J. Johnson.
Ray J. Johnson. That's right. But anyway, yeah, this was so creepy. This guy was older, and he just stops the song, goes into the audience, and starts making out with these girls, and it is. I sat there like, oh my god, like so uncomfortable. Like, it was not. Wow, and like,
oh my god,
they should take his name out of the Billy Joel song. It's that bad. I mean, if we're doing this, you know. So I don't know. Actually, Mike, if you want, I don't know if you're looking that up, and you don't have to, but this woman died today who sang. I don't think she wrote it, but she was saying the girl from Ipanema.
Oh, Astrid Gilberto?
Yes.
She died?
How did you know that and the proper pronunciation?
I used to love that song. I loved her. Me and my friend would listen to her album in the car. It was the album that she recorded it with her husband, right? I
don't know.
Boy, I think her husband was the musician and she was the singer, and the song was about some 14-year-old they saw on the beach or something.
Wait, was her husband, is it Herb Albert? Was that her husband or something?
No, it wasn't Herb Albert.
Oh. She's with somebody in the video. Oh, I guess we insulted Molly somehow with Herb Albert. Oh, you're back.
Sorry about that. I got a spam call.
Remember how I just said your internet was great? Now
is it terrible now?
You're out of sync.
Shit.
No, that's okay. Just keep going. It'll come back.
It'll come back.
Yeah, it's coming back slowly.
Okay, good.
Yeah, now it's good. That's funny.
Okay, I don't want it to be like one of those YouTube videos that's frustrating to watch because the mouth movements don't sync up. That drives me crazy.
No, it's all right. Right, Mike?
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Back, right? So, Mike, could you play that first one? Pronounce it again, Molly?
Astrid Gilberto.
That first one I sent you, Mike, could you play that?
Wait, sorry, you sent me more stuff or the pictures?
Yeah, I sent you 2 links.
Oh, okay. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Oh, that's okay. So the first link, so this girl singing this song, it's so fascinating. I was reading about her today because the song is memorizing, but she's so dull and she sings it dull, yet the dullness of the song is what's intriguing.
Yeah, it all feels very lazy and heroin-y somehow. It was like perfect for like the 1960s swinging bachelor pad for someone who's just like lounging around drinking whiskey.
Yeah. And she doesn't seem she's not like a lot of laughs either. She's not a good performer either. I think I think she was like, well, I'll sing it. It was something like that. I was reading about it, but here we go. Yeah, go further in because she takes like a half hour to walk up that
When she walks, she's like a samba that swings so cool and sways so gently that when she passes goes.
Great.
Stop it, Mike. It's like she seems like she's like been asked to do a variety show by her mother, and the part where she goes and she's like, it sounds like Madeline Kahn in Blazing Saddles.
I'm tired.
Anonymous, I wore that to work today. The classic. So the best version of this I've always known is the next clip, Mike, which is Sammy Davis Jr. on I Dream of Jeannie. And this guy knows how to put together a song. I mean, this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life as a kid. I remember it. I'm like, oh my God, I worship this song now because he's so cool. And he's like, Mike, do you have that one? Yeah. This is the best. He's so cool. I think you have to put it. Yeah.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each time she passes, I go, ah.
That's how you do it, right?
Mama, that sweet so seems so gentle that when she passes, each time she passes, I go, ah. But I watch her so gladly.
This is my favorite part. He's mad at his manager. He's not paying attention.
Gee, I would give my heart gladly, but each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan and young and lovely, a girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, I smile, but she doesn't see. She ain't looking at me. She ain't looking at me. She ain't looking at me. It's not me that she will ever see. Well, it ain't the monkeys, but it'll have to do.
That's the best. It ain't the monkeys, but it'll have to do. Oh man, isn't he good? You know, in that episode, he does this incredible version of that old black magic, which is hard to find. It's so fast. It's amazing. God, he was talented. So I just thought about that today. As soon as I heard she was dead, I was just like, I can only think of the Sammy Davis version. Or why wouldn't I? That version's amazing. And that other girl
it was like Sammy Davis died all over again.
Poor Sammy. You know, do you remember Ken Ober?
I don't know who that is.
He used to be on MTV. He used to
He was the host of Remote Control.
Right. He was the host of Remote Control. And then wait. Oh, Anonymous just did a line from your from Clueless. What's with you, kid? You think the death of Sammy Davis left an opening in the Rat Pack? Yeah. So Ken Ober was he was also in a couple of TV shows, and he was a really great guy. And before he died, he gave me Sammy. I guess his estate was auctioning off a bunch of stuff after he died, and he had this big Planet of the Apes statue from the movie, and he gave me the catalog, and he marked it and signed it, and it was really sweet. And but now everyone's dead, so
sorry, that reminded me of an American Dad joke where Roger's going through someone's house and sees the bust from Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
and he's like, this bust of Ben Stiller is hideous.
Oh, see, Family Guy or Seth gets it. Yeah, he makes I love that they make Planet of the Apes jokes, them and the Simpsons and Happy Days jokes. That's how it's.
I've never seen Planet of the Apes. The original, I'll bet, is just an amazing piece of camp that I would love to get high and watch.
Well, you know, it's this semester I'm teaching a course on time travel. And that's one of the movies I was going to talk about, but I don't think I would make the kids watch it because it is very slow. Like the first 40 minutes is really tough in this day and age. But once it gets going, it's fantastic because it's much more talk than action, but everything's there that you need. And the ending is one of the greatest endings in motion picture history, you know, with the twist, like a Twilight Zone episode. So, you know, I'd like to show them that.
Young M. Night Shyamalan just creaming his pants watching that ending over and over again.
It's so funny as kids. Oh, you want to play that old black magic?
Oh, I found it.
This is wait, I have to set it up if you're going to play it. Major Nelson's trying to get Sammy Davis to play at the base at NASA for, you know, something because I don't remember why. But he unfortunately has a gig at the Copacabana that night. So Jeannie splits him into two. So he's able to do both. And that's all you need to know. That's why you'll be confused. Like, wait, why is he playing here? Why is he playing there? So go
like
ahead,
Multiplicity, Mike. With Sammy Davis.
Eyes meet mine, same old that I feel inside. Then that elevator starts its ride. Down and down and down I go, round and round and cha-cha-cha. Like a leaf that's caught in the tide. I should stay away. What can I do? I hear your name and I'm aflame with such a burning desire. Give me a kiss, camping out the fire. You're the lover, you're the lover, you're the lover, you're the lover I have waited for. You're the girl, you're the one, you're the chick that I was created for. And every time your lips meet mine, down I go, all around I go, like a leaf that's got to die. I should stay away, what can I do? I hear your name, Cellar Schwartz, let me play. I'll play with such a burning desire that only your kiss. Put out that fire, cause you're the love that I've been on. You're the one, you're the man that I was created for. And every time your lips meet mine, well, down I go, round I go. In the spin, man, and I dig that spin I'm in. Hey, Lordy Mama, oh, black magic call. Jerry Judy Robber, oh, black magic call. Oh, ha, stay in the car, oh, black magic call. You four men go that way, I'll take the buckboard into town.
Oh man, tell me that guy wasn't the most all-around entertainer ever. I mean,
my God.
I hear your name, Zelda Schwartz, and I was as a kid, that was like the funniest thing I'd ever seen. And then the best is the ending when he goes, "Oh my God!" They go back to Jeannie. He goes to Jeannie's house, and like, "Mr. Davis, I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. If there's anything we can do for you," and he says, there's one thing. Can you get rid of this guy?" And the other Sammy comes in like, "Oh, that old black magic." That's the big ending.
See, I would have saved the other me for jury duty.
Zing! There it is. Sammy, you should have been writing that script. Which speaks me of Marcy had said, "Can you tell us about your upcoming project yet?"
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm on. I handed it in before the strike, and I don't know if I'm at liberty to say anything more than that.
Oh, that's okay.
Also, if I say anything and then it doesn't happen, I'll feel pretty stupid. So
no, that's everybody. Don't worry about it. Well, it's exciting that you have something going on. Everybody's curious, of course.
Yeah, no, it was something I'm working on with my mom, which, you know, I have a huge amount of guilt about because it's a nepotism gig, but I'm obviously grateful for the opportunity. And it's also very strange because she doesn't like working with other people, and I can work with other people okay. I think we both prefer to work alone, so we're both kind of like controlling and misanthropic, and it's got a Freudian nightmare dynamic to it. But it's also been very fun because we're both very similar, and I've learned a lot, and we'll just see what happens. I was grateful to get into the union, and now I'm grateful to be on strike.
Well, Marcy was saying she's been trolling your Twitter to see an update of any kind, but
oh, really?
You shouldn't feel bad about you could feel bad about the nepotism if you were one of those, like that kid from Pee-wee's Big Adventure, you know, like, "I am on first call always." Now roll. Like if you were like that, you're clearly not that kind of person. Your mom is amazing. It's time the two of you hooked up. You've done stuff on your own. I wouldn't worry. I know exactly how you feel because I get very jealous of people like this. I believe Richard Curtis, who I also spoke about in your mom's class. Your mom's class is so weird. But I like him too. And I'd met his son, and I know they were working on a project together. But, you know, it all depends on the person. And his son was pretty cool too. It seems like the two of you kind of get it, where you're like, "Look, I know how this looks, but my dad or my mom's pretty cool, and you know, it's great, and I get to work. I mean, this is exciting. You know,
I'm yeah.
You know, there's so many people that, you know, like when you saw Ben Stiller and Jerry Stiller working together, you know, what in that horrible movie, the Heartbreak Kid and stuff. It was great because why not?
I didn't see the Heartbreak Kid because I love the original so much that I was like, no disrespect to Ben or Jerry Stiller, but I was just like, I can't watch a remake of the Heartbreak Kid. It's on such a pedestal for me.
I need to see the original. I've never seen the original.
You've never seen the original? Oh, it's amazing.
I can't take my eyes off Sybil Shepherd back then. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I need to see that movie.
Oh, well then you'll relate. because he's such a conniving asshole, and she's so cool and gorgeous, and his wife that he marries is like, she's very Jewish and very annoying, and that also kind of, I guess, on the surface annoyed me about the reboot, was that they sort of in my mind kind of neutered the subtext, because I guess that, like, in a way it could come off as a little anti-Semitic, but I don't think it's really supposed to be. It's more just like, she's very sweet and endearing but annoying, and he's like an asshole who just,
I feel like
tries
that's
to trade
exactly
up.
what was happening in Night Shift too. Like Henry, remember? And there she is.
Yes, there she is.
Who
and
is
that's
that?
Elaine May's. That's Elaine May's daughter.
That's Elaine May's daughter.
And she's so cute, and she's adorable, and she's hilarious.
Was she ever in anything else?
I don't know. I don't know. Actually, she must have been in something.
And
else.
Elaine May directed that. Yes.
Yeah, didn't she write it too?
I feel like she did. I mean, I don't.
Oh wait, no, or did Neil Simon? Did Neil Simon write it?
Oh, maybe that's right. Yeah, because she didn't do enough stuff. It's interesting. She only I know she wrote and directed this thing my dad used to love called The New Leaf, which I never saw. Oh, you do?
It's great. I love it. It's hilarious.
I saw her on Broadway with Marlo Thomas. I saw them together on Broadway a few years ago. It was three one-act plays. One was a Woody Allen, one was Elaine May, but she was actually in it with Marlo Thomas, and I can't remember what the third one is. I think I had to leave and go to work because it was a matinee.
Right.
I saw it with my mother, and I just left her there. You're saying Neil Simon?
Bruce
J. Friedman's the director, Mike?
The other writer.
Oh, the other writer,
because Elaine May directed it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, right. Wow. Yeah. Oh, see, I always forget about her because they talk about your mom kind of being. Well, Joan Rivers.
Oh, she loves Elaine.
In my mind was first with the Rabbit Test, but she wasn't a director. Your mom's a real director, but I guess Elaine May was, I guess, a little before your mom. But
Mom is so weird when it comes to other women. She she's like weirdly jealous of all other women unless she strongly identifies with them. And I think Elaine May and Lena Wertmuller are the two female directors that she's really like, they're on a pedestal. No one can touch them. I love these women. Lena Wertmuller, she's an Italian director who directed Swept Away and Love and Anarchy, Seven Beauties. Which is
she
also
the one that was on the panel with Dick Cavett, and he had like it back in like, I don't know, maybe the late 70s or early 80s. He had like everyone we know, like Spielberg, Scorsese, and then this woman who I did not know. I don't remember whether she was Italian or German.
Right.
That's why I don't know if it's her.
She's Lena Wertmuller. It's funny because it's a German last name.
Wertmuller.
She's Wertmuller. Der Wertmuller. Good question. I'm going to have to do some more research on this front. But her movies are amazing. You should definitely. Seven Beauties is fucking weird. There's this fat Nazi woman that
you keep
forces the main
Italian,
character to
have
all
this German stuff in it. So
it's weird. Well, because
here?
Seven Beauties is about an Italian guy, and I think he's like at one point like sent to a concentration camp. Her stuff has a very sort of like anti-fascist, pro-anarchy bend to it.
Now, how does your mother not worship her? Because she loves talking about the Holocaust.
She loves Lena Wertmuller. That's one of the women that loves Seven Beauties, loves the original Swept Away. The Madonna remake was just such a fucking.
And this is the
insult.
Seven Beauties, Mike?
Yes. Or it's a picture from that.
Now, so it means that Seven Beauties was kind of a gag. They were because this does not. Anyway, why don't we take a look at some of the news that was happening this week? With the first one, I don't know if you heard about this today. Big news, Mike. If you want to show picture number one, you did get it today, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Deborah Messing is calling out the president of NBC that he said she needed her boobs done for Will and Grace. And they made her put in chicken cutlets on her boobs while she was doing fittings. It's funny. Now, I think she's one of the worst actresses I've ever seen. But I certainly thought she was really attractive. And I never even thought about her breasts. I don't know. Like I said, it's the last thing I thought of for some reason when I was watching this show. And in fact, if she did have big boobs, the show might not have worked as well. I feel.
I feel like big boobs on sternum look really weird. Like, it just doesn't, fake boobs sometimes can, be a career maker, or they can go horribly awry and,
Yeah.
look like they're both going off in their own direction. So I don't know. That's totally sexist, though. I hated Will and Grace, and she annoys me on a personal level, but
Yeah.
chicken cutlets is a whole other.
No, I'm with you.
fucking-
She annoys me on a personal level as well.
Yeah.
And I really can't stand her, but I did enjoy.
I don't know her.
Sure.
I don't know her. Just her internet presence makes me
Yeah,
irritated.
everything about her is very frustrating, and she was the worst part of that show. That's when you realize what a bad actress she is. And I really only
Yeah.
watched it for Jack, who was hilarious every time.
Jack and Karen. They should have had their own spin-off show.
Exactly. But thank God they learned from Rhoda. Stop doing that. Keep the other.
They learned that from Phyllis. Rhoda was fucking awesome.
Definitely Phyllis, right? Oh my God! Back then they would just everybody Flo, from Alice. I mean, it was incredible. So go to the next one, Mike. I don't know if you saw this today. This is what's her name, Elisa Conkle, and her shoelace got stuck in a treadmill. This is, I don't know where she was. It wasn't around here, but she had everybody's worst nightmare happen. If you go to the next picture,
Oh no!
her pants came off and they started sucking up in the treadmill. That is the.
I mean,
greatest.
at least her ass looks nice.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Working out's been paying off.
I think she finds it funny, but I don't know. But that is the worst. Good work, Anonymous. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that's my worst fear. It's coming off. And then this one, this is awful. This next one, oh my goodness. So this is Jessie Kirkpatrick, and she lives in Kansas, and now she got a stretched septum, a stretched nostrils, multiple lip piercings, a stretched tongue, a stretched lip, and silicone horn implants. And now she looks like the next picture, Mike. Holy shit. That's her.
Oh, okay.
That's for good. That's forever. What's the next? I think the next one is her too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, she's getting like eye tattoos. Ugh.
It's like a cross between she looks like a Dia de los Muertos Rocky Dennis.
Yeah.
I just butchered that. I'm sorry.
No, you did it right.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, it's
Rocky.
really it makes me uptight, when I see that kind of stuff. It's just too much. And where does it end? And
It's a personal choice.
I'm excited to see how people look with face tattoos when they're 80 or 90. That's going to happen soon, and then we'll see how stupid people look when they're older, or see if they made a mistake, and then maybe everybody will relax.
Or if you get like a neck tattoo and you get the waddle, you have to pull it apart to show people what it was.
Right? Can you imagine? Angela's like, she is in pain, right? It looks like, but I don't, who knows? And finally, this next one, and I don't think you don't, feel this way, but Drew Barrymore says that she hopes her mother dies soon, or she's waiting for her mother to die. And I think she goes, no, everybody took it out of context, but it's funny because my sister and I talk about this every day. For Drew's mother. No, I'm kidding. For our mother, we just, we're waiting and patiently, and it's never going to happen. But no, but Drew, I forgot, had emancipated herself from her mother years ago. So it's funny how much they look alike. So I don't know what they're. I think there's still ill will between them. So
that's so funny because Drew Barrymore's the type of person who goes outside and sings to the raindrops. You can't imagine her holding a grudge against. Anybody.
Right. I agree. I think when I sometimes watch that show, I think she's lost her mind. But other than that,
I think she's lovely. It's like she's naturally on lithium. She's just such a sweetheart.
Yeah, no, she seems like really nice. I always just assumed we would run into each other at some point and hang out. I think we would become very good friends.
Always.
Yes.
Even when
She
you
would
watch
hold your
TV?
hands and look deep into your eyes and ask you about your childhood.
Oh
It would
God,
be
then I'd
very
be annoyed.
warm.
Then I'd be annoyed. What were you saying, Mike?
I said always, even when you watch ET.
Oh, I always forget about that. You know, I met her once. We both went to see Hole at CBGB's, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and
Yeah, she's friends with Courtney Love.
right. So we were there at the same time. I don't remember who I was with. It might have been Sarah, and yeah. So Angela says she was abused as a child. Her mother sucks.
I have a funny Drew Barrymore story actually, because my
tell.
mom is like sort of friendly with her, became friends with her in the late 90s, and Drew Barrymore invited my mom to her wedding to Tom Green. And
Right.
she went with Taylor Negron, and Courtney Love was there, and mom said she was like stuffing her face with cheese and then was like, oh, I'll just do some Pilates later. And then Frances Bean was there, and I guess Frances was like a little kid at the time and was sort of running around with Taylor and kept like kicking him and stuff and was acting out and shit. And Tom Green had this weird comedian friend from Canada that was reading this really long, weird best man speech, and Courtney Love was just like, we want to sing karaoke, and Drew was like, we will when he's finished.
So she was just like her character in The People versus Larry Flint.
Basically, like everything you would assume Courtney Love is, she absolutely is.
That is true. I mean, listen, you're asking for it when you invite her to the wedding in general. So
No.
what you
Right.
see is what you get. But for a while, she seemed like it was all going to work out. And I did enjoy Hole. In fact,
I loved Hole. I fucking love Celebrity Skin.
We used to go to Jets games and sing that song out the window. And then we realized that it was pretty gay because we were like, when we wake up in our makeup. And then we're like, shut up, shut up. All right.
If you think that song is gay, wait till I tell you about Queen.
About
And
Queen?
we will rock you.
What does that mean?
Sorry. Because all the sports songs are written by like the gayest, most
I wasn't
like
even
Gary
thinking that way.
Glitter, like Queen.
I wasn't even thinking about
all
that.
these like
I mean,
redneck
I knew he was
dudes are singing "Hey."
The Who. Did you mention the Who too?
No, I just said Gary Glitter and Queen. Because that song "Hey" by Gary Glitter is what they always play at
He's
sports
gay
shows.
too?
Well, he was a pedo.
What's a pedophile?
He was he was
right.
He was busted for raping young boys in Thailand or some shit like that.
But also he's not a pedophile, but he turned out to be gay. From the Who. Who am I thinking of? Not Roger Daltrey, the guy who wrote all the songs, and that
Pete Townsend.
Yeah, Pete Townsend.
John Entwistle's gay.
The way I
Sorry.
didn't know he was, he came out very late, obviously, because back then you don't do that. And I knew when he did the musical Tommy and he accepted the award, and all of a sudden, oh my God, okay. So 1969, I decided I'm going to write Tommy, and then it was like, I guess when you're at the Tonys, it just all. Let's face it, I would do the same thing if I would want to. Oh my God, this is amazing.
I think even if you're hetero and you go to the Tonys, you turn gay for 2 hours.
You just turn gay. There's nothing you can do about it, and the people love it.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But yeah, that is funny. I never thought about that. You're right. All those sports songs that all those guys, all those dudes sing, all written like they have no idea, right? It's funny. Anonymous saw Tommy on her 14th birthday of my. Yeah, I saw that. That was one of the greatest Broadway shows I'd ever seen. It was fantastic. Yeah, that was. I can't believe it. I mean, I've liked every incarnation of it, but I just didn't think the Broadway show would be good because the Broadway show of American Idiot by Green Day was horrible. And so it's just Green Day and your favorite songs, because I love Green Day, sung by effeminate men. It's like, I'm on a holiday. And you're like,
it's like all theater kids that have no edge to their voices because
exactly.
Just
well, that's
trained like
so
Ethel Merman.
Obviously, I see a lot of musicals. I like a lot of Broadway, and I couldn't care less you gay or straight. But if you're in a show where you are supposed to be straight, act. So when I saw Dear Evan Hansen the first time with the great Ben Platt, I'm like, this is fantastic. Then I saw The Replacement. The guy I would never buy that kid was straight, and I'm like, you can't find anyone in New York City that can sing and act straight, even though he happens to be gay. It's problematic. You're acting. Victor
Dear Evan
Garber
Hansen.
might be one of the most effeminate man of all time, but I never knew he was gay. He's an actor. So
Victor Garber's gay?
So gay.
Really?
Yeah, when he's walking down the street, you're like, well, hello, who is this?
Makes me so happy.
But you would never know because he is an actor.
I just feel like it's not even a sexual orientation thing. It's just like the theater kidification of everything just becomes like this smooth, edgeless, like, we're doing Rock of Ages, Sans the Rock. You know what I mean?
That show sucked too. Yeah, you're right. Excellent point, Molly. No edge when they do stuff like that. You're absolutely right. But that's why, I'll go to see, Something Like It Hot.
That's an edge. Yes.
All right, let's go to the slide, shall we? Oh,
yeah,
right. I forgot about this one. Oh, that was just the post last week. Everything I've been talking about, folks, on the podcast, where they keep locking up everything at the drugstores. Molly moved out of town right on schedule.
No, I know this. No, because I remember it happening, and it was just like, why the fuck now I can't even buy like breathe rights.
I was just looking for Febreze and then Listerine, and I had to call the guy twice, and he was furious. It was awful.
He was furious.
Yeah, it was so mad. And let alone trying to get ice cream at midnight at CVS. So embarrassing. The security guard has to let you in, and he's like, what do you want? I'm like, oh, I just want to look at the selection. Well, I got to lock it up again. So can you tell me? I'm like, all right, just give me 2 chunky monkeys. You son of a bitch. It's not worth it going in there high and eating your sorrows away. Nobody's supposed to be watching.
There and peruse anymore.
No, it's horrible. And then I said, I'm like, you're locking up ice cream, dude. You don't understand. This whole section was just ripped off yesterday. Like they. Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
They don't want you melting it down to make milk.
In my neighborhood, they just close the drugstores. That's all.
All right, Mike. I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to start here. I'm in. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Molly, you can see it?
Is that Joe Biden?
It is. He fell.
Oh, he fell down. Oh, right. He fell, and everyone was like, oh, he fell.
This is not good.
Politician falls, everyone has to go, ha.
Well, it's not. When you're running for re-election, everybody thinks you're old. You have on Friday, he did an address, and he just seems old. He's stumbling over his words, and he's falling. This is not helpful for trying to get somebody elected that's not Donald Trump or whatever. I mean, this is not helpful.
Yeah, no, he's kind of always been a bit of a Democratic dud.
But
he won because Trump was so fucking awful.
Right.
So
no, we know that. But so this is him falling at the U.S. Air Force Academy graduation. All the armed forces had their graduations this week, and there were incidents at each and every one of them. And this is what happened at the Army graduation. Do you know what happened here?
No.
Go got hit in the head with the stupid caps they fly up in the air.
No.
I swear to God, can you believe that? Do you know that's why I hate that? When I was in college, I was like, I don't want to get hit with my worst fear is that I get hit.
That was also on The Simpsons. They were like, congratulations, you are now official World War I reenactors, and they all have the helmets with the spikes that they throw up in the air.
I forgot about that one. Oh, it's so humiliating. And these are our armed forces too. It's just, this is not good. But right, maybe they had their helmets on instead of that. Would make me feel a little better. And this was Memorial Day in Syracuse. Now they're not burning flags in protest. They're burning it as some form of tradition that used to happen during World War I or something, that they'd build a fire so the other soldiers who were distant knew where to go and meet. But apparently there's a tradition of burning leftover flags. This just seems so wrong in every level. When the way they roll up a flag in a complete, the time and the way you have to do it correctly, and then they're just like, let's just have a burning. This just does not seem right.
Right. So if a lefty burns a flag, it's sacrilege. But if you burn it for like a huge tire fire,
Right.
then it's
Then
fine.
it's perfectly fine. Then it's a celebration
Right.
for some reason. This is hilarious. This is a protest, but the funniest thing is like this is an Indian wrestler, like he's a famous Indian wrestler, and they're protesting against the Wrestling Federation president. Like it's like it looks like a real protest, but
Yeah.
it's I don't know whether it's the kind of wrestling we have here or whether it's actual, college wrestling or
You said this is in India?
yeah.
Like if you told me that this was like, against the transit authority after that huge train derailment, I would have believed you, not for like
Right.
a wrestling thing.
No, it's just like that wrestling guy wants too much money. He wants TV rights. This is what the SAG strike's going to come to.
Oh my God, that's funny.
And China just sent off a rocket with 3 astronauts this past week, which I'm glad about because if you remember in the movie Gravity, that's how Sandra Bullock got home when the Chinese leave their space stations up there. So just in case, you're up there and your spaceship just gets hit with space garbage, it's good to have the Chinese spaceship up there. That's just me, though.
It's good to know that they're out there protecting Sandra Bullock.
Isn't that nice?
National treasure.
I don't know if anybody remembers Beyonce. This was her in London this past week because nobody's talking about her anymore. It's over because this is the replacement to replace all replacements. I mean, Molly, have you ever seen anything like this?
Taylor Swift?
Well, what's happening with the concert, the outdoor, the money, the 4-hour concerts. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's a lot. Yeah. I mean, they sell the tickets. I don't know.
Nobody
it's a
knows.
lot. I hate crowds, so I can't even go watch the Macy's balloons get blown up without getting irritated by the crowd. So just going to a huge outdoor thing full of people sounds like a nightmare to me. And then if you told me we were seeing Taylor Swift, I think I would just, have a seizure.
I know what you're talking about because Alana and I went to go see Billy Joel 2 months ago, and we'd seen him before. But that particular day, I just got paranoid for some reason, I guess because I was high, that I was going to Madison Square Garden. So I was going to have to deal with all the people getting it. Like I was getting paranoid about like, how am I going to find my seat? How is it possible there's going to be 20,000 people there and I'm going to find one seat for me? I mean, why you would do that to yourself before you're going to have a festive time, but you just like want to get to that seat. So I get those feelings too, where it's just like, it's impossible that everybody's going to be seated in there in a civil manner. It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, concerts can be great. I remember seeing the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and the Black Keys and the Arctic Monkeys at Madison Square, and that was fun. No, it was fun, but Taylor Swift, all that stuff, it's sort of like, when it's basically like one singer with an aerobics class behind her, and it's like, okay, how the fuck are we going to dress this up with flamethrowers and sparklers and bullshit to make it look like it's more than just,
That's an excellent point. But it's just funny because this was carried on the sports stations because she was at MetLife and everybody's been talking about it. Obviously, everybody's been talking about it, but I haven't seen anything like this since 1985 when Springsteen did 10 nights at the Meadowlands, because for Born in the USA. And he's like, I'm doing 10 dates, but he didn't even play MetLife. I think he played the indoor arena. I mean, it's amazing. Maybe he did play, but I can't remember whether it was a summer night, but that's the last time. What was that, 40 years ago that they had something like this where people had to stock up on groceries because you weren't going to get through the traffic or whatever. I mean, it's insane. So this is the National Spelling Bee that happened this week. This is the winner, Dev Shah. And he pulled it off in another really fun. These are all the kids, all Indian, except for this little girl from Virginia who came in second and the only one wearing a dress. Interesting, I thought. And she's kind of sexy. I know it's
Oh
you
my
shouldn't say that, but I only say it because I don't know how this kid. Because if I was 14 and this girl was sitting in front of me, I would not be able to concentrate.
You'd be like, oh my God, she's such a good speller. I can't take my eyes off her.
I would have a lot of trouble. I mean, this is what little boys think about. Well, most, unless you win the spelling bee, and you're not.
Hey, make that comment third person.
Yeah, right. I guess. Sorry. It's just funny. That's the first thing I thought. But she was really cool. She like went up and hugged him. Like she seems to have proper etiquette skills, which a lot of the other people that come in second don't seem to get. But then you hear her talk, and you're like, "Oh, she's just like the other ones too. She's like really dull and boring." But that's what.
Oh wait, she's just a boring 14-year-old who probably doesn't even know how to
it was
smush
reminding
yet.
me of your daughter in the sense I feel like she could be in the spelling bee. She's really smart, right?
She is really smart. Yeah.
The stuff she
She's
was
a smart
talking
kid.
about when I was there seemed like different than most. Was she 7 or 8?
She's 8. Yes. And she plays her Barbie games with Booby every day that are very Law and Order oriented. So there's a lot of adult humor stuff flying around. She's very advanced.
No, so I'm just here with this girl. If anybody remembers the story I told where I was running track, and the first time I got beaten by a girl, it was so funny. They were all nice. I thought I was going to get a lot of shit, but this one guy goes, he doesn't mind. Just get us mine. He was just watching her from behind, and I'm like, yeah, you guys got that right. Yeah. And I just went with it, but that is not why I got beat. She completely just beat me. But yeah, it's just watching it, man. That was, yeah. These are the words. I have never heard of any of these words. I don't know if you can.
One
see
of them
Molly.
looks like a fucking sentence. One of them just looks like the whole alphabet.
Well, what it is. There's some of them are the sentence. So it says grotesqueness, and then they say is the quality of being. Like he's asked for sentences.
Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so like say, what does it mean to glower? The word is glower.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I have. Oh yeah, I do have the word all the way down here. I can't go further. That he won on, which was samophile. And
I've
when
never
he
even
got
heard of that.
Nobody has. And when he got that P as the first letter in the word, it was like he was asking, like, can you use it in a sentence? What's the origin? Is it Sanskrit? And they're like, yes. I mean, Jesus Christ,
When you hear the P, you know he nailed it.
Right. Because wow, yeah, I have never heard of any of these words, any of them. And you gotta hand it. Age 14, how'd she beat you? She kicked you in the balls and punched you in the nice anonymous. Had to take that girl home on Saturday too. I still work with that girl again. Molly, I don't know whether I told you. Some girl kicked me in the balls and punched me in the face, and I still have to work with her sometimes. She's a comic. She's a
nice
drunken mess.
Sounds like my 3-year-old.
Well, apparently I rub people the wrong way sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if you guys remember last year we were talking about this, the annual cheese rolling contest, the race in England.
Yes.
And this is the ladies division. Because you'd think
so trans women aren't allowed to participate in the
that's right,
cheese
because
rolling.
it's a sporting event. Well, the fact of the matter is, with women, it's so like, why would I don't know whether this is the first year they had women, but you're like, men are so stupid. Like when you see this, right?
Well, women can't roll cheese like a man. They need their own division.
So they got their wish, and they roll it. And this girl, who I think is 19, maybe from Canada, won. But at what cost? She ended up passing out and getting a concussion, and she passed out, not even realizing when she woke up. This is when she woke up and realized she won.
Well, at least she got to take her cheese to the hospital with her.
Yes, exactly. She hit her head on a rock. She's like fucking stupid. If you
she hit her head on a giant baby bell.
If you get a concussion because of this cheese rolling thing, you are just a genuine jackass. Although that's the way I know I'm going to die. But for most people, this is stupid. They're making fun of me. They said, I bet Molly's daughter knows where Chile is because they know I didn't know where it was.
Only because my mom's so obsessed with Nazis and how they fled to South America.
Well, that's right. We know where Argentina is. That's for sure.
Yeah.
This is in England, which says, big, very big hole. And what I thought this was they were talking about these two guys who I hate, the Sklar brothers. Thank you very much.
Why do you hate the Sklar brothers?
And look at them. They suck. I got my reasons. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
This is, what is it, Djokovic? Or am I getting him mixed up with that basketball player?
Milo Djokovic. I don't know.
Is that his first name?
I'm just fucking around. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's the
I could
player.
magically be right. I don't know.
This is that douchebag that didn't want to get vaccinated, and then he made a big thing about, whatever, So this is in the French Open, and he's writing a political message on the guy's camera, thing. It's like just to be more annoying. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something about Serbia. He's writing it right on the guy's camera. Like,
I thought he was just giving him an autograph.
nope. It's just a dick move. Like if I was that camera guy, I'd be furious. Yeah, anonymous, right? Nobody can stand him because of the COVID thing. It's kind of like I've forgiven Aaron Rodgers because now he's my quarterback, but still pretty angry about it. Here, this is in Spain. They're sacrificing a baby, old school.
No.
And that is, if you tell me that's not what it looks like, then you're insane. That baby does not look like it's happy. I don't know what they're doing, but it doesn't look good.
They have just dubbed that baby the future Lady Gaga.
Well, maybe, see, that's a much better way of looking at it. To me, it looks like a sacrifice. To you, it just looks like they're anointing her the new baby Gaga.
Yeah.
This is Josh Newgarden. He won the Indianapolis 500, and this is the tradition. You get a milk bath, but are you supposed to pour it over yourself? The Indy 500's stupid anyway, driving around in a couple of circles.
I thought it was a Just Stop Oil protest.
I mean, this is just really pathetic. And it was also World Milk Day Thursday, and it just pissed this guy off a lot. That's true. It was World Milk Day. You know what today is? National Applesauce Cake Day. I'm glad you could join us on today.
Applesauce Cake Day?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm usually very observant of the day, but I just can't say no to you.
Oh, I know you are. I appreciate that too. This guy won the Grand Prix in Monaco. That's what's supposed to happen. You pull out the champagne and somebody else does it to you. You weirdo. In your stupid milk bath. Have a good time. You're going to stink later.
His skin's going to look fabulous, though.
That what?
His skin's going to look fabulous,
You think so? Well, that is a plus, I guess. And this is the woman director that just won the Palme d'Or. Did I pronounce that correctly? In Cannes? What'd you say, Mike?
I said, sure.
Well, how is it pronounced, wise guy?
Not?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
It's soup du jour, moron.
Hey, what's the soup of the day? So she just won the Palm Film Festival. Or Palm Film. No, Palm Film Fest. Wait, there's two different things, right? What am I missing up the two film festivals?
The Palme d'Or is at the Cannes.
Oh, okay. So I'm not crazy. Okay. So apparently she won. I've never heard of this movie, The Anatomy of a Shoot. I know they were talking about possibly giving it to Woody Allen, but it was too controversial.
For Rifkin's festival.
No. Did you see it?
I did.
That means you and I are the only ones that have ever seen it.
You, me, and Wally Shawn.
Wallace Shawn, right. Oh, my goodness. And talk about being miscast. I mean, I could watch Wallace Shawn in anything except that movie. Why was it so bad, Molly?
Well, because, they had no studio support and no actor wants to play you anymore except Wallace Shawn.
Well, I told you I was talking to Louis C.K. about this. And he said he usually emails Woody like once a year. He goes, things are so bad, I had to use Wallace Shawn as my leading man.
That's like, because Wally's such a nice guy.
Oh, everybody knows he's a nice guy. He's just, that part wasn't for him. He's a supporting character.
Yes.
And it could be a leading man if it was something else. But this was a very bad film. That's why I can't believe Still got one left in him.
It's called Rifkin's Festival.
Did you see Rainy Day in New York?
Oh, that's the one with Jesse Eisenberg pretending to
No,
be
no, no,
Woody
no, no,
Allen.
no. No, that's the
No.
one with Timothy Chalamet and Selena Gomez.
Oh, I half watched it. It was annoying. He's so annoying. Timothy Chalamet. First of all, Woody Allen, like, you know, he was so profound for a time, and then slowly everything just became slowly like it just elitist, whiny New Yorkers who are just insulated by like utter privilege and getting like Timothy Chalamet to try to pretend to be Woody Allen. And Timothy Chalamet to me, for some reason, just has the world's most smackable face. I don't know why. I just can't stand his face.
Do not say that when our friend Scotty Gorenstein is here. He's a publicist and he worships him because he's, you know, gay. And he's just like,
he can have him.
But yeah, it's like the time Kenneth Branagh played Woody Allen in Celebrity. It just sometimes it does not work. Most of the time, if you're getting a white, you know, Catholic male to play Woody Allen, it's ridiculous.
It's funny because I know Woody Allen is, and I think he's a total, you know, molesty, creepy, but I do love his movies, but some of them are such dog shit. But through the course of watching literally all of them on Tubi, I've realized that Charlize Theron will literally just show up and pretend to be attracted to anybody if you pay her. Because there's like 2 Woody Allen movies where she's just like throwing herself at. One was Celebrity with Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
And the other one was Curse of the Jade Scorpion.
She's in, oh, yes.
Which did have like a 75-year-old Woody Allen and Charlize Theron. It's just like, like, you know.
Well, it's like in the really bad one with, ironically, Deborah Messing. And the
one where he's the blind director.
Hollywood Ending. Where Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell is totally throwing herself at him, and in a bikini. I've watched that multiple times.
It makes no fucking but it makes no sense.
No sense. Yeah, it's you're right. Anonymous says Timothy Chalamet is way too skinny for me. He looks like an 11-year-old boy. Absolutely does. This is in Venice. There's big flooding over there. There always has been, and now it's worse. But the people are used to it there, so they're still like eating outside. However, now, for some reason, and nobody knows why, oh, nice to see you, Jenny. Sorry your internet kicked you out. Now it's turning green.
Oh, God.
Nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
It could be an algae super bloom, like the one that killed all the fish in the Hudson a couple of years ago.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You see how those whales have been coming ashore lately around the New York area? You think it's something like, is that the same thing?
I don't know. Maybe.
People are trying to investigate it. It's just weird because it's actually kind of pretty, but that's just not a good thing. And the weird part is, right, so Venice is just full of water. Everything's falling apart. And in India, it's the exact opposite. The well is completely dry. And there's like a major crisis. This world is so weird. It's just they're trying to drag water from the well. It's just, I guess they're having a drought. But they look so colorful, so beautiful.
They just look so, I mean, they're just throwing powdered paints on each other anyway, waiting for the water to come.
They do that too.
I'm sorry, that's awful.
No, it's not. This is the building that fell down in Casino Royale. I point it out all the time. So that's not a real thing. But this is a real thing that happened in Iowa last week. So everything is collapsing. This country's infrastructure is falling apart because everything's too old. You saw what happened in Florida. I mean, this is not good.
No.
And I don't know how you fix it. I mean, you have these building inspectors, but I'm not sure what they inspect, let alone, this is all I talk about all my time. Everybody knows my parking garage. They've seen the insides. Molly, it's so messed up. Things are dripping from the ceilings. I thought there was bird shit in my car, but it was like paint watering from the ceiling that I can't get out of my car. And
it was just raw sewage.
It is raw sewage. And it's dripping from the ceilings, and it's terrifying. You heard about the collapse down on Wall Street. mine's next. These parking garages, they don't seem to care about. And I mean, I just hope nobody gets hurt. I don't care if my car gets crushed because maybe hopefully insurance will pay for it. But you know, it makes me worried about the guys down there. Oh, she's just saying whales are killing themselves ashore to escape the ships and drilling. It drives them crazy. Oh, that's too bad. Right. Of course, it always goes back to my parking garage. I saw you already. I told you. This is like one of those sheep shows where this kid is really angry because he lost to a pig. So thank you, folks. Can't get enough.
Sheer hell. The sheep show.
This is their wiping down the Buddha statue.
Hold on, Dave. We need to appreciate that joke a little more.
I'm sorry.
What was the joke? Sheer hell? What?
What's the name of the
That
show?
it was just so dumb.
The what?
The name of the sheep show.
sheer. Damn it! I did.
That was so dumb. Sorry.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it. That was good. And everybody said it in the chat room, and Mike noticed it, and I missed it. I apologize.
Very much.
I get nervous. I always want to wait, and I'm never sure if somebody's going to say something. So I don't want to leave you hanging if you have nothing to say. And then I get worried that, he's like, why is he staying on this picture? Is he expecting me to say something? So anyway, everyone else acknowledged
dead air
it.
And the sheep. Thank you. Yes. Okay. We can move on to the Buddha statue now. Getting a sponge bath.
Right. Well, this Buddha statue is right, getting the sponge, but what it reminds me of is that golden calf in the Ten Commandments. I still don't know where they had time to build that thing and where they got the raw material from when they were waiting for the 10 Commandments to come down, or the 15 Commandments before he dropped that one. But what it really reminds me of is the statue from the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. And this one looks like it's going to come to life right out of those Sinbad movies. Ray Harryhausen. You must like those. I was just
thinking Ray Harryhausen. Yes.
Because you like puppets and stuff, so you must love this kind of stuff, stop motion stuff.
Really do.
Did you see them when you were a kid?
Argonauts. Yeah, Jason and the Argonauts and the skeletons, and they're just, yeah, I love those guys.
I saw these in the movie theater when I was a kid because I guess they came out around, when I was young. You saw them much later.
I saw them, when I was, chilling in my grandparents' house, and my grandpa had all the movies that he taped off the television with the commercials and
right up from Channel 11.
Yeah,
we had a friend who had the exact same thing. Where I missed those commercials. Now I'd like to see it that way.
Yeah, if you want to see Jason and the Argonauts with a Calgon commercial in it, we have the tapes.
Here's Martin Scorsese with the Pope.
Nice.
Got nothing to say except for some reason this makes sense, and then I don't know. I can't decide.
Why does that lady look scared?
Well, that's his wife, and I think she has. I was going to make fun, but I think she has crutches, or I think she's not well.
Oh,
she looks like she's trying to yank her hand away.
Yeah. But I think she's having. You can see there's a hand interlocked, trying to keep her up. I think so. Yeah, I looked it up because I was going to totally make fun. It's his wife, Helen. I didn't even know he was married. I guess it makes sense.
I didn't know either.
This is the World Table Tennis Championship, and just keep her eye on the ball.
I was gonna say, is she getting hit in the eye with the ping pong ball?
Yeah, doesn't that what it looks like? But it's just a trick photography. I think she's ready to hit it back.
Yeah,
it's an optical
the shadow
illusion.
looks like she's already got a shiner from the thing hitting her.
Yeah, it does. You can get a shiner from a ping pong ball. But the way they play, I always thought I was good at ping pong, but they're sick. This, of course, as you were all already saying about how I hate, this is Manhattan Henge. This was on Tuesday. Manhattan Henge, if you don't know, is when the sun sets on every street perfectly. You can see it set. So all these douchebags were preventing me from coming home. This is exactly how I get home from my car, from the Lincoln Tunnel. And thank God I came home an hour later and this was all gone, because I swear to God, if I had seen this, I would have been so upset because this happens to me all the time when I'm driving around the city and it drives me insane.
Oh my God. It's so annoying. I know New Yorkers, every time they see the sky for 5 seconds, have to whip out their phones.
It is a thing.
It's a thing.
I did this one for Marcy. This is one of the guys from the Reds. I assume we all know where they were playing. Anybody know?
Terrible
Fred Siegel.
No, it's Wrigley Field. That's how you
Okay.
catch a ball at Wrigley Field. It seems. Shut up, Angela. It seems like an unfair thing to the visiting team. That you're going to end up in the bushes, but it also looks kind of cool.
It looks like American Beauty.
All right, Catalina, I hope you're still here. Yes, you are. Catalina, this was in Chile. Why? This was in Valparaiso. Why were they giving Darth Vader the end all here? Why were they questioning Darth Vader, Catalina? This happened in Chile. Explain us to why. You know about this? She says yes. It was here. Yeah. Do you want to explain it to us? Why Darth Vader is on trial for his hate? I mean, he should be. Like the Nazis.
You're making her account for the entire nation.
Well, that's what we do here. It
was
was
a long
week
time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. In a jurisdiction far, far away.
What did she say? It was a week for patrimonies and those things. I don't know what that means. Wait, what did you just say, Molly? That was really funny too. So, in a jurisdiction. It's funny how I catch yours later. And they did a mock trial for human rights and intergalactic crime. What? I don't know. I remember I was talking about coming down there. I don't know. This is weird. But
you got to get down there and sort this all out.
Yeah, I think that's true.
They're a mess down there.
So
it looks like a crime. It was acts of war.
What?
Sorry.
From the dark side?
I guess killing all those kids was his main thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's why that episode sucks. Oh my God. That's like the worst way to become oh my God. That made me so angry. I don't want to talk about it. It still pisses me off. This is Keanu Reeves. Who knew he still had that band Dog Star that he left acting for? I can't believe they're still around.
I've never even heard of them.
He left show business like in the 90s to perform with his band Dog Star. And I guess they're still playing. Now everybody forgives him because he's so good in John Wick. So we're like,
because he dated an age-appropriate woman, and now everyone thinks he's a saint.
He is worshipped, and I worship him. And I cannot wait to see John Wick 4. So whatever the hell he wants to do on the side is fine with me. But the question is, if Dog Star is back, will Lost Patrol be back?
No.
It's just like that, huh? Just no.
No.
Molly's band.
Actually, we were working on this is silly. So Steve and I, during the pandemic, I was working on a book that was a sort of about a girl who, is traveling through multiple timelines. And Steve and I were talking about physics and Carl Sagan, and then he thought it would be funny to release an album as a fake character, this girl from another dimension named Karina Messier. So we invented this woman, Karina Messier. We wrote the songs together. We got someone else to sing them. And now NASA somehow is involved loosely with Karina using her music and Steve's stuff, because it sounds very space agey as some of their promo shit. So we had to come clean and be like, okay, she doesn't really exist. If we're going on record with NASA, then okay, yeah, she's not a real person. And so we did release an EP together not too long ago. It just wasn't the Lost Patrol.
Well, we'd like to have them back. Oh, here, Catalina says, so it was a little activity to make it legal and historic. Oh, she's talking about the Darth Vader.
The Darth Vader thing still.
So we're talking about Molly's band, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
After we blew up Alderaan.
Oh, look, here's the graduation day you were talking about.
Yeah.
You're all in the Naval Reserve. Basically chefs. Congratulations. You are World War One historical recreationist.
Just like you remembered. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Angela wants to know if that's a storyboard behind you.
It is, yes. That was for the thing that I was working on with my mom, because it was
Exciting.
you know, she's the genius that, you know, likes to take her time, and we were really rushed for this project, so I was trying to walk that fine line of not, you know, overstepping my bounds, but also trying to remain productive, and I think I just wound up annoying her.
I doubt it.
It's fine. It's
she have-
done.
Fine line.
Does she have the exact same? Oh, he found the thing. Wait till you see this. This is sick. This is that Johnny Ray thing. He stops the music. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. This is.
Walking my baby back home.
You think I'm creepy?
We go along harmonizing a song, or I'm reciting a poem. The owls go by and they give me the eye. I'm walking my baby back home. We stop this again.
Oh my God.
We stop for a while. She gives me a smile. Come here.
Oh no. Oh no.
We like this.
Here's where it all goes wrong.
On the beach. And cuddles her cheek to my chest. What are you laughing at?
Ah!
And we started to pet.
Oh,
And that's when I get her powder all over my
so
vest.
difficult to watch. It's so difficult to watch because the audience is not laughing or smiling and it's, oh God.
Discomfort is palpable.
Was
You
I
can-
wrong?
Yeah. No.
That
No.
Might
Very
be one
uncomfortable.
of the creepiest things I've ever seen in my life. The way he stops the music too.
Yeah.
And then he just keeps kissing her and then he grabs that other one. Oh, thank you for finding that, Mike. Yeah, I told you guys.
Oh, no,
it
I'm
was
going to
bad.
make a therapist a lot of money in 20 years.
Yeah, that's goddamn. That's there it is, right on TV. All right. If that guy's canceled, it all makes sense to me. Everything else I could be like, well, there's no proof. This is proof. This guy's those poor women who just had to sit there and take it in 1977. He would have been canceled for sure. Nowadays, my goodness, they were just trying to pretend. Oh, oh, I feel horrible.
They would have been like, he's just Italian.
Yeah. He's too white, or is he Italian? I don't know what he was.
It's the Andrew Cuomo defense of like, no, you know.
See, Jenny, I told you I'm not as creepy as that guy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yes. Aunt Judy on Team Johnny Ray. What the hell? What? Aunt Judy likes Johnny Ray? What is happening? I don't know what's going on. They were just enjoying him. He was the great. Well, he wasn't, Aunt Judy. Now we know he was.
Now all the apologists are coming out of the
Perhaps
woodwork.
she didn't see the clip the way we did, although I don't know how you could miss that. Anyway, Molly, thank you for joining us today. It's always special and a pleasure when you,
Thank you
do.
so much.
I
Thanks
hope
for
that,
having me.
of course, I hope you're going to come back to town soon. So we can
Yes.
see each other again.
That was fun. You got to watch me eat a bagel and you weren't even horrified by the experience.
Why would I be horrified? Why do you usually eat like a pig or
I'm
something?
self-conscious about eating.
I'm that way too. I
Oh,
get
okay.
nervous eating in front of people, but not at a diner. Well, maybe because we don't know each other, but like when I'm at a party and there's such delicious food, I can't eat it. I closet eat at home when no one's
Yes.
around. It's
It's like the Scarlett O'Hara thing. Like you have to eat before the barbecue, otherwise people won't think you're a lady. Stuffing
I
your
have
face at the
done
party.
that multiple times in my life, and it's so weird and stupid. I know no one cares except us, but yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But that was super fun hanging out and just kind of walking. It was such a nice day too. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's fun to be out in the city, especially here. You know, that Upper West Side's nice. I'm never there that much. So something I like
Right,
that
yeah.
little diner too. It's right
That
by
was
the
a fun
Beacon.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell people because they're all from out of town. So, make it New Yorkers. Anyway, are you performing anywhere? in Vermont?
I'm not performing at the moment. No, I actually threw myself into a manic episode of gardening during the writer's strike because I can't even do a relaxing thing in a normal way. So I have like 70 tomato plants in my backyard now, and I'm just noodling around some ideas. I'm getting into playing music a little bit again with some guys that I met who
You just
live
said you
around
weren't going to
here.
bring the band. Oh, sorry, I didn't.
I
mean
wasn't
to
gonna do it with the
jump on you
Lost
like
Patrol
that.
because me and the Mazooch, it's I love him dearly, but he's a lot, and
Oh, that's okay.
but just a loose, nice little music-y, jammy, not jammy. I don't jam, but small local shit.
It's funny. Angela says, "Molly, please come back." It's funny. I've always wanted to have a vegetable garden. I don't know why. It sounds like there's something about it that I love growing tomatoes. I love when people grow
Yeah.
tomatoes and I can take them from their garden. That's great. I would have done that too if I didn't live here. And
It's nice.
somehow
It's been
had-
really nice. I got drunk one night. I took the tomatoes that were getting moldy and I was like, let's see what happens. And then they all fucking sprouted and it was like, oh my God,
Wow.
what the fuck have I done? But it is gratifying to see things grow. It's like this hasn't taught me tenacity because I was already tenacious and stubborn as hell, but it's taught me patience, which is important too, I guess.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's cool. I still need to see you do comedy, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, I know. I swear up and down that I do it at once every 5 years. If I have a show in New York at any point when I come back, I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, well, or you can be on my show, which by
I'll
the
be
way,
on your show.
Yeah, so as you know, I've been doing these shows in New Jersey and in Rutherford, New Jersey, by the Meadowlands. This new place, this new big place that's really nice. The guys that run it are great. It's called The Next Big Thing. It's every
cool.
Saturday night at 8:30, except for this Saturday for some reason. And
this Saturday they're doing Icarus Fest.
What'd you say, Mike?
They're having like a festival there this weekend.
Yes, they are. So Mike is also doing it the next week. We'll be together on June 17th out in Jersey. It's not the best show ever, but it's still a lot of fun. And everybody has a good time. Like I said, the place is kind of fun, and it's not very far outside the city. It will also be in Jersey on July 14th and 15th, opening for Rachel Feinstein at Uncle Vinny's down the shore in Point Pleasant. Mike, what do you have going on? I know you're coming to town, but you're also in wherever it is you live. I can always forget San Antonio or Austin.
The first weekend of July, second weekend of July, I'll be at the Plano House of Comedy with Sean Donnelly. Also listen to Retrospective Promenade with me and Alex Nobry. This week we have Legends of the Fall with Henry Thomas and Anthony Hopkins and other people.
Wait, isn't you and McGregor, or is that Tom Cruise?
Legends of the Fall does not have either of those two people.
Oh,
no,
I got that wrong. Oh,
yes. You're thinking of Far and Away and one other movie.
No, I'm not. No, I was thinking. I'm not.
You're thinking of Moulin Rouge and Minority Report.
I might be thinking of maybe it's a movie called just Legend. Oh,
you're thinking of Dr. Sleep and Top Gun.
Dr. Sleep rules. I love that movie. I've seen that multiple times. Dr. Sleep is the sequel to The Shining. Molly, have you ever seen it?
Not Dr. Sleep. No.
It's fantastic. Really good.
I have to check that out.
It be a sequel to both the book and the movie without really contradicting either. It's weird.
Say it again.
It's like somehow a sequel to both the book and the movie.
Is that right?
Yeah, because in the book the hotel burns down, but it doesn't in the movie.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
The movie. So, well, it doesn't matter because the movie's awesome and I really, really enjoy it. Anyway, next week we'll be in studio again. Our guest will be comedian Rachel Lenahan, who also draws, and she has like a video of her drawing, which is very funny. So that'll be good. The week after that, we have comedian Joey Cola will be joining us. He's been warming up Rachel Rayfrias and so many other things. America's Got Talent, and he's also a comic. I've known him forever, and he will be super fun. And then, we'll be in studio one more day, and then we're back, and then it'll be July. And what are you going to do? I'm Billy Joel this week. We have the V's wrap up. I don't recommend it, so just wait for We Didn't Start the Fire in 2 weeks. Other than that, don't forget to come down to the Comedy Cellar if you are in the West Village or in Las Vegas, because there's shows every single night, and they're all extremely the best. So this is the Comedy Cellar nightly show. We'll see you next Tuesday in the studio. Good night, everybody.